You're listening to Jump on the Bat-Wagon, hosted by the Watchtower Database. Visit WDB on YouTube for video essays, timelines, fan theories, and much more from the DC animated universe. And now, please enjoy the show. Pink Pony Club, I'm gonna keep on dancing at the copyright claim. Right?
Fuck your pop music.
Oh. Bye. That's the whole podcast. What zany, funny thing do you want to say at the start of this one? Besides what we just did.
It's funny to me that, like, just so many people know pop music. I don't care.
Okay.
Like, because you guys are like, she said, I don't know if Alora or you started that whole thing.
I just started singing it, and then she went like, "Oh, you don't know this song?" And then you went on one of your old man rants about how you don't like pop music.
Yeah. But it's just like, it's weird to me that like so many people are like, "Oh yeah, we all agree that this is shit we should listen to." And I try to listen to pop music. I'm like, this is terrible.
Most of it is forced upon you if you turn the radio on.
Don't turn on the radio, man.
I do though.
Just go to your favorite podcatcher app and tune into Jump on the Bat-Wagon.
That's the show we're on right now. Greetings, pop music fans, and welcome to episode 155. That's a number that's pleasing. I've Jump on the Bat-Wagon. I'm James from the Watchtower Database YouTube channel.
And I understand that people have different tastes in music than I do, and that's fine. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm Brian.
It's like it's the caveman instinct. You hear the thumpy shit, and you're like, yeah, I like that.
You know what my like caveman thumpy shit?
Batman Beyond.
You know the
What?
You ever hear the band High Lung?
No.
It just sounds like, okay, here, picture this.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah, I'm
closing my eyes.
Okay. Picture you are like you're a Viking.
Mm-hmm.
And you've like just landed in a new place, and there's like a civilization that you don't understand.
Landed. Did I jump
like
real high?
You know, you're on a ship. You're on a ship across like freezing seas and all these crazy things.
I see.
And then you like found these people. That's what this band sounds like. Oh yeah, and you're going to war.
Okay.
So it
Pink
sounds
Pony Club.
It sounds like that,
yeah.
But then it also sounds like, where's the dude?
Can we get some Gogo Bordello on the podcast?
So
yeah, okay, all right. I'm hip with it.
It's very, and they've got a lot of songs, but they just all sound like taking over your Viking like rating. Let's see, middle of the song.
I'm here to show my good buddy Brian the entire DC animated universe from start to finish for the very first time in the controversial airdate order. So that he may view never know when you're going to pop in. So he may view these shows the way human beings experience them in the far gone days of the 1900s.
My other dog.
Today we're watching the Superman the Animated Series episode in Brightest Day. ... Your prediction last time was that the sun would explode and Superman would get real strong, but then he'd die.
Yeah.
Still good? Yeah.
Is that pretty close?
No, not at all.
Fuck, man.
I'm sure something explodes.
Wait, can I have another take?
Of course.
Batman's origin story.
Oh, no. It is an origin story.
Oh, called it! Batman!
Name other superheroes. I don't know.
Batman Beyond's origin story. Batman's Robin's Beyond's origin story.
No.
Fuck. Lois Lane?
No.
God damn it. Is she a superhero?
I don't think so.
The Flash.
We already had that. Well, he didn't have an origin, but we already had the Flash. At the time of this recording.
Oh, no. 102.
Superman the Animated Series is streaming on Max.
My dog.
And available on DVD and Blu-ray. If you'd like to follow along, you can head over to bit.ly/watchdcau. Links in the show notes. My dog. This first, oh my, what are you doing?
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to do things quietly and I
don't.
fucked up.
It's the opposite. This first aired Saturday, February 6th, 1999.
My cat.
Also, AKA December 3. To avoid Y2K. At 8:30 a.m. on Kids WB. This is 1 week after our last episode, Blackout or Blackout Quay, which aired number 48 and produced number 50.
I hate that.
Different numbers. Why
now
would they
we're
do
angry.
it? Oh,
we're so mad.
Now Jamie's mad. This was written by Hillary J. Bader. Directed by Butch Lukic. Music is by Michael McQuistion. And animation is
Doko Kong Yang.
Yes. Doko, the calzone company in Big Bus. And Kong Yang. Doko? You've never been to Doko?
Oh, I was thinking like DOKO, but also no, I haven't. When you slowed down Doko, you're like pizza dough.
Yeah.
Doko?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Why?
I hate that more than pop music.
Doko?
I can't enjoy the world.
Don't like things.
I'm too old now to like things.
Buy us a coffee. Head over to the link in the description and send us a Yoppie beverage and support the show. We'll give you a shout out in an upcoming episode, and we'll also plug your shit. And we'll do a push-up for every $1, so send us coffee for our health and your entertainment.
You need to send us money like people send William Osmond money.
Yeah, physical $10 bills to the mail, please.
Anybody who wants to send me a $20 bill, I'll give my address.
Ooh, yeah, all right. Full address in the description.
Doxing.
Brian's shaking his head at me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. My docs.
You send me the money first, and if it gets here and it's real, then I'll give you my address.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you just throw a money paper airplane and it happens to land, and you put your address on it so Brian knows how to get a hold of you. Today's Yoppie Best come to us from Nick Sorensen.
Oh my God, the legend?
The legend himself. Who says, thought the start of a brand new year would be a good time to send more coffee over to our favorite Yoppie dudes as we prepare for the near future of the podcast to start getting even more shway. Now drop and give me your push-ups while saying Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings as fast as you can. If Dexter's jock older brother was able to do it, then surely the Yoppie dudes can too. Oh boy.
What the fuck?
Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings.
Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings. How many push-ups are we doing?
3, so 15.
Okay.
Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings. Okay.
How are we going to count and do this? I can't remember all those things.
Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings.
Oh, you're not
Grandma
doing
Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings. Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings. Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings. Grandma Moses makes Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings. I said I was 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings. Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings. Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings.
Grandma Moses
I'm gonna go that good.
most Monday mornings. Grandma Moses makes munchy meat most Monday mornings.
You remember? Well, no, you're too old. That's the opposite of what people usually. Do you remember? Oh, you're too young. Like, did you ever watch the Amanda Show on Nickelodeon
with Amanda Bynes?
With Amanda Bynes,
barely.
They had a sketch, Meatball Crunch, and it was like a meatball cereal that the kids are all eating, and the milk turns to gravy.
Oh my God!
The munchy meat most Monday mornings. We think of that the whole time.
Wow. So I mean, sorry. What is that a reference to?
I have no idea. It's a reference to Nick telling us to. Dexter's older brother. Maybe Dexter from Dexter. I don't know. Let me Google this phrase.
Google it.
Is that it? Makes munchy meat? Yeah.
What? Most Monday mornings.
Oh, Dexter. Oh, Jesus. It's Dexter. What's his name? He's Freakazoid. Freakazoid Kid.
Oh, shit.
And when I Google it, about 6 results down, Yoppie Dudes is podcasting and blasting. That's the buy me a coffee. And it has the phrase. So congratulations, Nick. You're 6th, 7th down on the Googling of that phrase.
You're climbing the search results ladder, buddy.
Well, thanks, Nick. Time to go watch the sun explode.
That sounds terrible.
Sun 2's origin story. Second sun forms.
Second. There's an Electric Boogaloo joke in there somewhere, but I've
Sun Boogus. Okay.
Lois? Have you seen Kyle Rayner?
Yeah, Chief.
He was heading to the one place in this world even my credentials won't get me in.
Ow! That's weird. Someone's been eating Cracker Jacks. Ah!
Rayner! There you are. I've been looking all over. Are you okay?
Yeah, sure.
Well, you better be. I need drawings of the shuttle, front page spread, cross sections, burn areas, wing damage, the whole enchilada. Rayner, are you with me?
Sure, Chief. Front page, enchilada.
Then what are you still doing here? Artists.
Well, listener, we do this. Hi, Brian.
Hello, Jamie.
We watched the Green Lantern episode of Superman, the animated series.
Boy, did we ever.
Would you like to tell me, Brian Manili of Sector 2814, what happened in Brightest Day? I'm a small blue man.
What you
Tiny
just
frame,
watched.
long neck,
Take
big
a
head.
listen to the synopsis. The short summary, which is sometimes kind of long.
All right.
Big
Strap
head.
in.
What did we say was the subtitle as we were watching?
Fuck. I was expecting you to remember it.
It was something to maybe space something. Oh well, tell me. We'll figure out a different one. We'll figure out another one. I know it's okay.
All right. There's a space shuttle landing, and then something crashes into it, and Superman's got to help.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out it's Abientu, and he's like parking his spaceship into the earth at great speed.
What is that a reference to?
It's French.
Oh, okay. What does it mean?
It means, Jamie, you should practice French.
I don't know any French at all.
And now you do. See?
What does it mean?
You know two. You
I
know
don't know.
two.
I don't know what that means.
Abientu, it's like see you later.
Oh, okay. Where is Abientu? Give me the ring.
So oh no, half remembering that guy.
His name,
Sinestro.
yeah, bad
Boom!
guy. Oh, yeah.
No drinking for us. Not in this one.
Nope.
So Abientu dies. No, that's so creative. Come on. Abientu dies. Sinestro.
Make me spell that for the episode guide.
It's even got a over the O,
damn.
so like check it out. Sinestro's like, hey, I want the ring, and Superman's like, it's not here because the ring went and found. Oh no, Kyle.
Mm-hmm. Kyle.
I don't need to say anymore. Kyle.
Kyle.
Ring found Kyle. He's the new Green Lantern. He saved some people. And then Superman's like, I'm getting beat up by Sinestro. Can you help? And he's like, I guess I can help. And he's like, cool, here's a lantern. Space people told me you need a lantern. He's like, sweet, it's glow in the dark. Is that what we do? And then they fought. And then Sinestro lost. And in memory of Abientu, the end.
It said in memory of just like the Jack Kirby episode. In loving memory of Abientu. That's pretty good.
It's 2 words, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Translations of, and it says it in bold.
There's a T at the end of it.
Yeah, it's French. You don't say
Abientat.
You don't say half the things.
Yeah, I know. I hate that. Here's the really terrible official synopsis. Origin story about Kyle Rayner. Who is given the Green Lantern.
No way. No fucking way.
Origin story about Kyle Rayner, who is given the Green Lantern ring and teams up with Superman once Earth is attacked by Sinestro, the Green Lantern's most dangerous enemy. Just the one Green Lantern's most dangerous enemy. Yeah. Hey, so what did you know about Green Lantern at all prior to this episode?
I know there's a Hal Jordan?
Mm-hmm. You saw his name on the plane.
Yeah, because of the Death and Return of Superman video.
Okay.
So I know that there is
DC knowledge.
I know
from that. Yeah.
I know that he can do ring shit.
Ring shit.
And I know that there's in that video there was like a dude with alien glasses being like, you gotta like you can't use your powers for something personal gain.
Yeah.
And he went crazy and he killed all the Green Lanterns. So I knew that there was more, but I didn't quite. I thought that Green Lantern was a character.
Yeah, okay. But you knew about he can make shit with the ring?
No.
You just knew he had a ring?
No, I thought it was like a power thing. I didn't know it was like...
Imagination ring?
Bro, it is almost verbatim this episode, the stuff that the villain in Who Framed Roger Rabbit does.
Yeah.
He has a big saw blade on the end of his arm. He's got a big fucking hammer.
Inspector Gadget ring. Go Green Lantern. Bubble.
So, do you want to tell me more about the power of the he can fly as a result of it.
Yeah.
He's faster as a result of it, and he can imagine things that make things.
They don't explain the ring itself really in the episode. They explain kind of like the concept of the Green Lantern core and that sort of stuff, but they don't really tell you.
So I just gotta wait. Is what you're saying?
Not real. They never really like full on like just sit you down and tell you. You just kind of experience it. You just you learn stuff. But yeah, it's powered by willpower. So if you have great willpower, you imagine shit. The shit comes out of the ring. And in this episode, it's kind of vague because he's like Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner is like he's just like he's standing on the street. He sees that little girl run into the street, and then it almost looks like he goes like, "Whoa!" Like the ring is taking him away. Theoretically, he wants to help her, like inside his heart. So the ring responds to whatever he's like imagining doing or thinking of doing. So like it's also whenever Sinestro's like, shoot spikes at you, he just kind of goes, and like a shield appears. He didn't like mean to do that, but because he's figuring out Green Lantern shit, he's like, oh, I guess I did mean to do that. It just kind of happened or whatever. But there's a lot of very questionable things that he and Sinestro both do.
If you had a Green Lantern ring, what kind of questionable thing would you do?
Do the thing that Laura was saying, probably. Whatever. The ring's flying and it's going to fly up his butt. Well, that I wouldn't be entrusted with a Green Lantern ring for this reason, I think. I've been sure to go find another. Well, avoiding that guy. And then goes.
It would like fly right at you. And you'd be like,
yes. And
then it would just like hit you in the forehead as fast as it could, knock you out, and then it would keep going.
Go detecting butt stuff and move on.
I guess we should also say at the start of the episode, we saw Kyle.
Hero stuff. Yeah.
How did we?
Narainier.
Wow. We saw Kyle doing superhero shit anyway.
Yeah.
You know, a guy tried to steal
Jimmy Olsen's
camera, and we almost had it. Well, I guess we're not doing the synopsis.
No, it's done. Fuck, we almost forgot Jimmy Olsen.
But he stopped some thievery and like even a knife with a metal thing and
lunch tray.
I'm hoping that Jimmy Olsen wins a Pulitzer at some point in time, because he's like, I'm here for the real shit happening, you know, and just didn't stray away. He didn't try to intervene.
I wish we
help
saw
out.
what was on the front page of the newspaper. Like, what was better than Kyle Narainier punching a guy in the street?
Probably some political bullshit that only the powers that be care about.
Yeah, the Perry White. Artists, he says. I did that line and the whole, meanwhile, I'm drawing soap. Are very good. Very appropriate.
That was, my girlfriend with the arts degree was like, is this my life?
I've used both of those lines in multiple videos.
Yeah, it is your life. In more ways than one.
Meanwhile, I'm drawing soap.
Have you ever drawn soap?
It doesn't come to mind.
Can you do this podcast while drawing?
Drawing soap? No, I don't want to do both at the same time. It's not a good idea.
It could be really entertaining, though, for me.
For you, yeah. For anyone listening to the audio.
Who are you doing this podcast for, James?
That's true. If anyone listens to it, it's just a bonus. It is for you.
It is really just 155 episodes leading up to you drawing soap.
Meanwhile, I'm drawing. He said it. He said the fucking thing. I assume that you probably didn't like this episode. I think as soon as it ended, you said boo. But I don't know if you were booing the episode or something that we were saying about the episode.
I was booing you guys.
Okay.
Singing
Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But what is your takeaway from this? It was some of the goofiest comic book shit we've had in a Superman episode, I think, probably.
It started out so strong for me.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, we got some like black and white stills of a comic and we got this dude who's like wanting to be. I'm like, that is a fucking, like, I was ready to make fun of it. And I was just like, oh shit, this is going to be cool. And this guy's like, you know, a sort of vigilante superhero. Kyle Rayner.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my brain is struggling with that one.
You're going to think that's his name now.
I am. I'm going to put it in my phone as Kyle. Sorry, Kyle. This is, by the way, this episode is going to be like off the Kyle count.
Yeah, I was going to say that. As soon as they showed his little nameplate on his like cubicle, I was like, oh, we're going to say a lot of Kyles.
We
this
are.
episode.
So many Kyles.
Kyle.
And yeah, so like it wasn't a bad episode. And I think this leads more into the like, it's Superman, just anything
whatever
goes. You guys got a ring and it makes a wrench and the wrench opens a fire hydrant. Oh, this guy's got a ring and it makes a big saw blade that cuts the big tree in half that Superman threw at the guy.
This is my main problem with the Green Lantern rings like concept is I have no basis of like what's formidable, what rock beats paper scissors, whatever the fuck is going on, because like
Superman did nothing this episode.
Well,
he only got his ass kicked.
If there was a Superman's usefulness, -50. Like, there was, but
which is to say that like the ring is significantly more powerful than Superman. Full stop.
Oh, sure, yeah. But at least in this, from what we saw, at least Sinestro,
which we don't know what led up to Abiento crashing, right?
Theoretically, Sinestro was attacking him or something. Yeah.
Theoretically, sure.
Yeah.
Not theoretically, he had the lantern, which makes the ring strong.
Yeah.
Which the ring already had power in it, and he had the ring on him. What prevented him from stopping his crashing spacecraft?
He was dying. I don't know. I think let me finish my thought on
I
the
think
ring
he was
thing.
dying because he hit the ground. I think before then.
Yeah, well, I have thoughts on that.
Okay.
But the final thing I was going to say about the ring is like the best example of the I don't know how the fuck it works thing is when Sinestro puts Superman in a big like space something at the end. It's a big like he's locked into a harness that's on a big drill that's like an alien planet looking drill shit. Yeah. And he just and then Superman the whole time is going like, oh, I'm stuck in this.
I think he's trying to flex and break out.
Yeah, he's trying to pop the chains or whatever.
But he can't break these cuffs.
Yeah, he can't break. I can break these Sinestro constructs.
You can't break these Sinestro constructs.
But Sinestro just like makes the drill thing go down into the ground and then lets go. Like, oh, we're done. Superman's definitely dead down there now. What is the difference between that and Sinestro just wrapping Superman in a band of yellow? Like, why because it looks like a big drill thing make it more powerful than just energy? Like, it's all energy. The energy theoretically doesn't change whether it's a big spike ball or it's a big ball of goop like he puts on Sinestro. Like, it's all the same shit.
So what you're saying is he could have a yellow pretty bow, like lacy bow tied around him, and it would be the same.
It would be
thing.
the exact
He's
same
just on the
thing,
ground going,
I'm a present. I hate Christmas.
New video idea.
I think that's the subtitle. I'm a present. I hate Christmas. Well, but really though, I don't know. That's just always bothered me. Forever from now, there will be a fight where Green Lantern Sinestro shoots out a big like lion.
Spoilers, Jamie. What the fuck?
It doesn't matter. He shoots out like a big lion, and then Green Lantern shoots back like a big sword, and the sword goes like through the lion, and the lion goes, "Oh, I'm dead," and dissipates. And I'm like, Sinestro is controlling that shit. Just make it not die. What are you talking about? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So that kind of thing has always bothered me.
Okay. So hearing you say this gives me a little more credence to say, like, as a concept, I didn't really like this episode.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, I think this is going to mean a lot to people because it's the start of something.
It's the Green Lantern. Yeah.
You know, it's like the On Leather Wings.
No. Don't you dare.
But I could see it being like, oh, wow, yeah, origin story. That's so cool. And like a lot of it was cool. But like, I think I am, while I'm like trying my absolute damnedest to be like, it's the Superman world. Just anything goes. It doesn't matter. Just like let it happen. It is kind of like what to what end are we watching this?
It's a very different tone to, you know, now that we're in Batman Beyond and it's going to be our main thing for a while.
Yeah.
Is like
thank God.
Yeah. Well, it's like there was these leftover Superman episodes that we're just going to be going through is like, it's still, you have to kind of, put yourself back in like Superman mode. Like, okay, present day, bunch of crazy space shit's gonna happen, like whatever. You know,
well, it's just like, again, like to what end? And I'll keep repeating this, I think, because like in the Batman world, like Batman Beyond, we're still like physics. Okay, this dude's like got to figure out a way to beat this guy.
Yeah.
Or this girl.
Yeah, this is too magic that I don't understand is happening.
Yeah, I mean, normally it's like, okay, Superman like Tasmanian devils himself out of the ground at the start of it.
Right, yeah.
And okay, well, that's his whole Superman power. But this guy's got yellow and he's only kicking the shit out of Superman. Yeah. So he's like very powerful. And now we have green and he's doing the same thing and he's learning and it runs out of strength. But now it's been recharged and now it's fine. And then we just watch these guys with like, seemingly, because like Superman, if you look at Superman removed from everything else, he has seemingly infinite power. And then you now zoom into Sinestro and it's like, oh, this guy's significantly stronger than Superman. Okay, now we have two guys that are significantly stronger than Superman.
Yeah.
So what's the cap of this?
Right. Yeah.
You know, now we're going to get another guy who's got like even more infinite powers. And now Superman is just a fucking like schmo walking down the sidewalk because he can't do anything even against the lanterns.
Well,
and there's going to have to be somebody stronger than that to beat that guy. And it's like, what the fuck are we watching?
There's something to be said, I think, about the whole, about the whole thing of like, this episode might be made more for people that know comic books. Oh, fuck yeah, we're getting Green Lantern. I already know about Green Lantern. So like they're going to kind of very quickly and vaguely introduce all the concepts of Green Lantern and then we're just going to fight.
Yeah. Whereas
this is part of the experiment. How did you take away from the episode is like, understandably, you're like, what the fuck is going on or whatever. I'll explain to you, I guess, in the comics, the first Green Lantern in the 40s was just a dude who stumbled upon like a green lantern that had fallen from space. And he's like, and he has a ring. He gets a big red cape and everything. He's like way more gaudy looking.
Listener, if you see a glowing green object, don't pick it up.
Yeah, don't take that. It's probably going to kill you.
Probably very radioactive.
Yeah.
This counts for glassware in thrift shops. Don't pick it up, okay?
The Green Lantern after him in the 60s was Hal Jordan.
Okay.
And the origin story we see in this episode is Hal Jordan's origin story. Abin Sur is being attacked in space by Sinestro. Oh, sorry. Abierto. That's Spanish for open.
Good enough.
Abierto is in space and he's like, that's my version now. They're fighting Sinestro and he gets all fucked up and he's trying to escape. That's why he's fucked up theoretically. And then crash lands on the planet. Hal Jordan is out there flying his jets. He's doing jet
out in
shit.
Space doing ring shit.
No, Hal Jordan is just a normal man. He's a fighter pilot.
I hate that so much.
He's a fighter pilot, man.
This makes me very angry.
He's just a human being like you and me.
That's the worst thing you could ever say.
No. Don't say shit like this to me. You should know by now to not describe a person. If we were 155 episodes in.
I had one rule for me doing this podcast, James.
So Hal Jordan stumbles upon Abierto. He's like, and Abierto's like, oh my God, I'm dying. He basically does what Superman does in this episode, where this is the thing
Superman didn't have any reason to be in this episode.
No. And that's kind of what I think you had to have him do something, is why they made him be the one to like find Abin Sur in the forest, because Hal Jordan stumbles upon him, gets the ring. Oh my God, what do I do? And it's essentially the exact same shit that happens in this episode. Yeah. However, in the 90s, Kyle Rayner was Green Lantern in the comics. So even though they wanted to do Hal Jordan on the show, DC's like, well, please make it Kyle Rayner because that's the current Green Lantern. We want people picking up the Green Lantern comics. So instead of just giving him Kyle Rayner's origin story, they just gave him Hal Jordan's origin story because it's the more like classic known Green Lantern origin or whatever.
So what's Kyle's origin story?
It goes off of what you're talking about with Hal Jordan going evil and stuff. Is there's a whole bit in the 90s after Superman died where Hal Jordan goes insane because his hometown gets blown up and he becomes Parallax, and he's this big evil man killing all the Green Lanterns. His name is Parallax.
He's got an issue with his lens.
Yeah, his Z depth is all sorts of crazy. But it sounds like a cool bad guy name, but it is very silly.
If you have any production or photography experience at all, you probably find that to be a silly name.
Some recent video where I described it as like, when you're looking out, you're going in a car and like the trees really far away are barely moving, but the stuff close to you is moving way faster.
That's perfect.
That's Hal Jordan turned into that. So yeah, he becomes big evil Parallax, man. He kills a bunch of Green Lanterns and all this stuff. And then there's only one Green Lantern ring left, and the Guardians give it to Kyle Rayner, artist at the Daily Planet, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, shit.
So they've mushed it together, but it's mostly Hal Jordan's origin story. And he's even got like Kyle Rayner normally has black hair and Hal Jordan has brown hair. So they even just make him look like Hal Jordan. I don't really understand the full, why
they could have just called him Hal, but they wanted,
why they didn't.
I guess it's consumerism, not capitalism. They just wanted to push their comics.
Yeah, they had to. Well, they being DC people were like, hey, Dan Reba, don't do this.
I did like the inclusion of the DC, like the meta.
Yeah, when he's
so DC is canon within the DCAU.
There's another.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, where there's DC Comics in there. Yeah.
So DC exists within the DCAU.
Mm-hmm. So did Looney Tunes at a few points. There was a Tiny Toons magazine.
But like, let's talk about the fact that there's
inside that is another
someone's drawing comics about people that exist.
Sure. Or it could be completely different comics, because that stuff we see, the Bruce Timm drawings we see of people punching each other, that wasn't any like particular DC character.
To you.
It was Pow Man and Wham Man. It was Wham. Is this Wham?
I love when we had like the obvious Green Lantern thing, and Laura's like, "Oh shit, it's Deadpool."
It's Ryan Reynolds. He's here in the flesh. I guess, Kyle in this episode looks vaguely Ryan Reynolds.
He does actually. Yeah. My, how trends have come back around.
What did you think of Kyle Rayner finding a ring on the bathroom floor and just putting it on his hand? Like, someone must have thrown this at my skull from another stall. Oh, I'll just pick it up and put it on my body. Nothing gross about that.
I don't really.
I just thought it was kind of weird.
I don't know. I'm not, just because it's in a bathroom, it doesn't necessarily like gross me out.
Yeah, sure. You know? But if you found a ring on the bathroom floor, you're like, hell yeah, this is mine now, and put it on your finger.
It depends on how ridiculous it is.
He just washes it off in the sink and it short circuits or loses all its power.
I think if there was a ring, like a big gaudy ring with like a sea otter on it, I'd be like, oh fuck yeah, to try. If it was like a thing that looked like a wedding ring, like probably not. Yeah. It'd be I need to get this to Lost and Found. But if it was a silly thing that didn't look, and he's like, oh, Cracker Jack, so obviously he didn't think there was any value to it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, even though it made an obvious like big like heavy metal sound effect when it hit the ground, but whatever. Let me tell you the cast.
Fuck yeah, tell me the cast.
Tim Daly as Superman / Clark Kent.
Who knew?
Who disappeared, and Lois Lane's like, whatever, like usual.
Dude, there needs to be more.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that like it's every time it's Lois and it's Clark?
And she goes, where'd he go? Oh, well. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
once in a while it's Jimmy doing that, but it's usually Lois. Yeah.
like, we gotta talk about this shit. And like, we need to see like the back end of these conversations where she's like, hey man, where'd you go again? Why is it every time something weird? Yeah. Wait a minute.
I mean, even if she had a little quip as he leaves of like, oh, like food poisoning again, or some shit like that, it would at least be slightly helpful. But usually she just does go like Clark, and then it cuts and he's being Superman somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why it matters. And also why like 90% of the shit that goes wrong in this town is when there's a press conference.
Yeah.
Or a press
Clark
gathering.
Disappears when the thing's happening. Dana Delaney as Lois Lane. Michael P. Greco as Kyle Rayner / Green Lantern. That's quite the name.
Michael Greco?
Michael Greco. He's got like an alien name kind of word. This is his only DCAU acting credit. He's only ever acted in 28 other things, mostly anime, including bit parts in Sailor Moon, Naruto, Bleach, and Digimon. He was not in Duckman Private Dick, but he was in a video game called Leisure Suit Larry Magnum Cum Laude as Big Daddy War Pig.
Okay.
Ted Levine as Sinestro.
Also, I think Greco's kind of a cool last name.
Greco is a cool last name. Ted Levine as Sinestro. He was previously Carcole in The Hand of Fate, big squid leaky boy.
Carcole?
Yeah, he was memorably known for Buffalo Bill and Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
He puts the ring in the basket, he said. Or else it gets my yellow juice again.
Oh, I mean, not too far off.
I don't want to, yeah. Very true. David Kaufman as Jimmy Olsen, George Zunza as Perry White, Peter Mark Richman as Guardian Number 1. He was previously Charles Baxter in Riddler's Reform, old Monopoly-looking man. Monopoly. Monopoliomus. Pat Music as Guardian Number 2. Was previously female lab technician, so I guess it was the girl Guardian.
Oh, so even though she's in the center, she's still number 2.
Yeah, of course. Female lab technician in On Leather Wings, flight attendant in Terror in the Sky, announcer in Mask of the Phantasms, Stella Bates in Mudslide, and Mother in Monkey Fun. We have Mark Davis as Dude. I don't know who is Dude.
Crook, maybe?
That's what I was thinking when I was writing it out, but I don't know if he said anything. So he just kind of went like as they're fighting. Like maybe. Mark Davis, full name Mark Jonathan Davis, though you may better know him under his stage name
Jonathan Davis from Korn.
No, you may know him under his stage name parody lounge singer Richard Cheese.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. You know Richard Cheese?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes,
I was hoping you would know Richard Cheese.
And his album's like Aperitif for Destruction.
Yeah. I was going to play you the come on, get down with the sickness. Shit. Anyway, listeners, go look up Richard Cheese.
God, he's phenomenal.
Joe introduced me to Richard Cheese like a decade ago.
Yeah.
And as soon as I was writing this out, like I didn't even finish writing the cast out. I just immediately texted Joe like, holy shit, Richard Cheese has been in the DCAU this whole time. And I had no idea. We got to get him on. I know. That's what I said. I was like, now I have like fuel to interview him.
Holy shit. Listener, if you're looking for a Richard Cheese suggestion, can I please recommend Somebody Told Me?
I'm just gonna find a thing real quick so you can hear some Richard Cheese.
It's unreal. So Somebody Told Me he's like drank too much after like a breakup, and he's drunkenly trying to sing the song, and it is so entertaining.
I'm just gonna do the Down with the Sickness. It's the most well known.
It's not the best though.
No, you don't think so?
No.
We're just gonna get the copyright claims, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you feel that? Oh shit.
So good.
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the the sickness.
All right, yeah, that's it. But you got to go listen to Listener.
Get up, come on, get
So he was
down
Dude,
with
whoever
the
Dude was.
Open up your hate and let it flow into me.
I'm so
I
glad
can
that I
see
didn't have,
inside
like,
you,
I was
the
excited
sickness
for
is
both
rising.
versions of this, whether you already knew
It seems all
or I would
that
play that
was
for you.
good has died.
See, we don't have to listen.
Oh
We just
no,
let Brian
the
keep
world is a scary place. Now that you've opened up the demons or something like that in me.
Last couple of people, we have Tress McNeil as Pilot, who I think every time I've watched this episode, I thought was Maggie Sawyer because they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
But previously, Woman in Time Out of Joint.
Classic.
Miss Stevenson in Lasac, Little Boy in Holiday Nights, Tour Guide in A Little Piece of Home, Margaret Madsen in Cold Comfort, Curator in Mixes Pixelated, Marion in Sub-Zero, Revolutionary in Brave New Metropolis, and most recently, Expensive Woman in Obsession.
We got to figure out who Richard Cheese was.
Dude, I mean, I get, okay.
Also,
He was
like,
either-
and the fact that his name is like basically Jonathan Davis is insane.
Yeah. we just had Korn music playing in Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Last we have John Rubino as Houston Control, previously guard in Bizarro's World, gang member in Groma Painis, and reporter in Rebirth Part 2.
When am I going to stop laughing at that title?
Never, I don't think ever. All right, Tribs.
Did you say that in front of Dan and Stan? Groma Penis?
Did I? I don't know. I don't think I did.
I think you might have.
Maybe I did. It's something I'll have to live with. When the ring approaches the Daily Planet building, the sign over its entrance has its N reversed, saying Daily Planet. In the close-up, it is spelled correctly.
I thought it looked funny, but I
Yeah.
didn't catch it.
The sign for elevators also reads elevators with a U.
Ooh.
Lots of typos in this one. Kyle's rejection letter came from DC Comics. You notice this. Kyle. The thug that tries to steal Jimmy's camera visually resembles Guy Gardner, another Green Lantern from the comics, who had like an orange bowl cut and
Richard Cheese?
Richard Cheese. Yeah, he might have been. The restaurant at the beginning, Gil's Ristorante, is the airbase Broom Lake. These are
Groom Lake.
references to Groom Lake, but also Gil Kane and John Broom, the creators of Hal Jordan, Silver Age Green Lantern. The origin of Rayner in the DCAU, composite version of Hal Jordan's DC Comics origin. I talked about this. The plane that Kyle crashes into, Colonel Hal Jordan. You saw that. Per the opinion of eventual DCAU producer Dwayne McDuffie, Hal Jordan never became a Green Lantern in the main DCAU timeline.
Oh, no.
So Kyle is just there.
Jamie, what's your thought on conspiracy theories?
Depends. You're writing something down.
I'm drawing soap.
Oh my God. When he first arrives, Sinestro proclaims, Abin Sur was no friend of mine. However, in the comics, Sinestro and Abin Sur were very close. Sinestro proclaimed Abin as his mentor and one of his closest friends. He even dated and had a child with Abin Sur's sister. The child,
That doesn't make you friends.
Soranik Natu, would become a physician and later a Green Lantern in her own right. She would go on to have a romantic relationship with the Green Lantern featured in this episode, Kyle Rayner. Comics are fucking weird, man. Among the Green Lanterns shown to Superman on Oa are, you ready for this? Salak.
Absolutely not. All these things are real.
Yeah.
Are these all throwbacks for real?
All those Green Lanterns that show up in projections around
So
Superman.
that big fucking weird bird thing?
Yeah, so there's Salak. That was the pink guy who had 4 arms.
You could just name. I'm not going to remember.
All right. Katmatui, Abin Sur, Kilowog, Arcus Chummock, Tomar Ree, Zax, Arisia, Larvox, and 2 other unknown reptilian aliens, likely Chernus and Zabora. The pizza place.
Furnace and Zamora.
Yeah. Jackson and Molly. Early in Superman the Animated Series' production, the show was conceptualized to feature Superman alongside multiple Justice League members every episode. While this idea was ultimately shot down by DC president Jeanette Kahn, early production art reveals that the Green Lantern Corps would have been represented by Jon Stewart as opposed to Kyle Rayner. You know, the host of The Daily Show.
Fuck yeah, okay.
You don't know Jon Stewart at all, I assume. The character.
From the Daily Show.
Not from the Daily Show. Are we going to be doing this for forever? Last I've got, when Abin Sur's ship hits the space shuttle, there's a full screen frame of a fire explosion, which is reused footage from where there's smoke when Volcana blasts Superman with a fireball in the parking lot. This is used again when Sinestro blows up Abin Sur's ship, when Kyle's shield explodes, when his ring collides with Sinestro's, and finally, when the fake ring he gives Sinestro explodes.
To be fair, I don't blame them or even judge them for reusing stuff.
Sure. Except last time when you said, is Superman just the throwaway show?
That's not me like judging the animators for needing to save time. It's just, I'm just wondering, is it a throwaway show?
General?
Because just in general, it does feel a little like.
Well, as we're winding down, especially, I feel like since they're working, like for a second there, they're working like 3 shows at once. And now they're working on 2 shows at once. You know, whatever. It kind of does feel like okay, let's just wrap this up.
They're like, that's a terrible idea. We can put that in Batman Beyond. What if we put it in Superman? Absolutely. Just make it slightly worse.
Yeah, just make sure that there's
and I'm sure I'm pissing off somebody.
Brian.
Yeah. Because people love S-TAS, right?
Sure. And well, I don't think it is what we're talking about, where they're like, oh, put the bad stuff in Superman. Like, I don't think they're purposely, sitting there.
They're just accidentally making a terrible show. Is that what you're saying?
No, they're not sabotaging it or whatever. I think there's plenty of good still in the Superman stuff. It's just not as strong, especially now that we're like, this is something that I should have said in like mail, the last 3 mails or something when we were recording was, after we recorded,
it was like, tell us about where you live, or we're going to New York. And
exactly.
There's nothing you guys can do about it.
We're going to New York forever. Dylan would be fine with that.
Dylan would be very happy, I'm sure.
But I had told you in real life after we recorded Rebirth about like
in real life,
outside of the podcast.
What?
Sometimes we interact.
We don't. When he comes over here for these podcasts, we only chat while podcasting. Most of the time, we just
don't
sit
even
in
look
the
at
living
each
room.
other. Yeah.
Oh, I look at you. I'm staring daggers at
Oops. You. Well, I put up a green shield and those daggers dissipate. And he's got a knife. Help. Anyway, I had forgotten to tell you on the podcast about how Batman Beyond is like an original character that they made. Like the whole world is like, this isn't from the comics in any way. This is.
Didn't you mention that on the podcast?
I told you how, WB's like, hey, make teenage Batman. And they're like, what if it's in the future? But it didn't come off to you apparently very obviously that they didn't just pull that from something else, that they actually made it up. And when I told you that, you're like, oh, I don't think I got that or something. So I'm telling you now on the podcast so it's recorded. But
I don't think I got that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, just having to, now that they're doing Batman Beyond, they're like, oh, we can, like, this is our baby. We can do whatever we want, like figure it out as we go, and we're making shit up and it's all super cool and blah, blah. Yeah. Oh yeah, also Superman still happening. Green Lantern. Anyway, back to Batman Beyond, it was whatever.
So why? Okay, I'm going to lean into this because I need a better solution so I'm not so upset. Why is this a Superman episode? Why did I slur my speech so Americanly there?
Superman.
Why is this a Superman episode?
What else would you put it in?
Fucking Green Lantern? I don't know.
There's no Green Lantern cartoon, though.
But like, so we're just saying, here's a Superman episode. Oh, Superman has nothing to do with this. Here's some Green Lanterns. They're way more powerful than Superman. Okay, bye. Because we also had one. Here's the Flash. He's like pretty much as strong as Superman because how fast he is. Okay, bye. Haven't seen him.
Oh, they want to do other DC stuff.
Because they're just like,
I do agree that it's dumb how early the Flash showed up in the show and he hasn't ever come back. Like he's just out there somewhere.
Bird right out the. He left.
Okay.
He was looking at you. He's a fan of the podcast. He pulled a knife. He's got a knife. He's staring daggers.
Yeah, no, I mostly agree, but I think like if you were gonna do some kooky comic book shit that you wanted to do, like
might as well whip it out for Superman. No holds barred.
Yeah.
But so go back, and I with my like, I just Superman. I've not for whatever reason I've not been able to just like let go of the like what the fuck is happening here, because everything is always just like seemingly the biggest stakes every time, and it kind of like it loses something.
But I think it's how episodic it is, where it's kids WB, we got to make it to where the kids can jump in at any time, they don't need to know what's going on, causes that to be sort of like there wasn't any sort of build up at all to suddenly there's the Green Lantern Corps and 1,000 years worth of lore here to dump on you immediately and all this stuff. And who's Sinestro? I don't know. Why does he have a yellow ring? What's going on?
I don't think I mind the like 1,000 years of lore dump. It's just these like, these impossibly, imagination fueled characters.
I just mean if there had been some kind of, I don't know, lead up to that of like, someone discovered a ring. What's going on? And then now the ring turns on. I can do shit with it. Like if it was like I don't know.
Oh yeah.
If it was serialized more where like it's building up to this. Oh, now he's the Green Lantern. What a cool heroic thing to happen. Instead, it's like, here's a guy you've never met. and then a bunch of space people you've never met. And he's going to be one of them now. Hope that's cool with you. So, I don't know.
Also, these guys are way more powerful than Superman. Superman, the character whose show, he's all over the intro. We're here for Superman. He's going to spend the entire episode completely incapacitated.
Yeah.
Here's your episode.
I think I'll give him a little bit of credit in that he for some reason looks at Snidely Whiplash Man coming down from space and goes, he can't be a bad guy. He doesn't have the mustache for it. And then he just like, oh, please inspect the ship. What are you looking at?
Did you not see the horde of birds flying down from the roof?
Now I can kind of see them. I can't see them at this
angle. It blacked out the sky. It was like a million arrows.
300. Anyway, Superman
sparrows will blot out the sun. The irony is those are house sparrows.
Yeah. Oh no, sparrows. That's good.
Thank you.
It took me like 5 minutes to realize that was a Xerxes line. I was like, I just said 300. But anyway, Superman doesn't realize Sinestro's a bad guy for whatever reason. He's like, yeah, do whatever you want. And then he gets caught off guard by like space energy from your hand. Okay. I don't know what's going on.
He gets caught off guard once.
Yeah.
And then spends the rest of the episode getting his fucking ass handed to him. It's in a box that also has Gwyneth Paltrow's head in it.
No. It's Tribs, by the way. Deus Ex, I know the Green Lantern oath by heart suddenly. Also, like he didn't. How do I charge it? Well, you better figure it out. And then Allura went, put your hand in it. And then he put his hand in it and then said the Green Lantern oath. And you turned to me and said, you have that memorized, don't you? And I was like, fucking of course. It's 4 lines long. What are you talking about? Okay, Keen effects.
Yeah. Keen.
When Kyle Rayner and Sinestro punched fists and a bunch of energy fire came out, that was Keen. When he threw Sinestro into a giant land. See, not every single one of the ring shits was Keen. There was a lot of very boring, nothing.
Awkward.
Yeah. Oh no, this man is about to explode in a gasoline truck. I'm going to take my time to make a wrench that opens the thing that then just fucking rip that shit out of the ground or whatever. Like, I don't know. Or get the man out of there, cover it with the bubble.
Launch the thing into the ocean. That's what we do with all the rest of our garbage and oil and
exactly.
stuff.
I understand it's like creativity or whatever, but it seemed like a waste of time. Anyway, but what I'm saying is there were some very keen ones. He threw him into the Kirby Crackle lantern and he got zappified. A few other things. I do like also the initial transformation. He puts the ring on, it kind of goes over his limb. He does that little
that was cool.
Worm dance move.
Not the worm.
It's not the worm, but what is it? Where you grab someo's hands on the other side.
Yeah. It's called the Kirby Shuffle.
The Kirby Shuffle. There we go. So the other subtitle option. Yeah, I don't know. What else? What's key? Oh, the big guardian eyeballs in the sky that then immediately transition back to the little blue guys. And they're like, no, you should have stayed on that. Way better.
It's like but it was just like a background painting. Yeah. It wasn't animated even.
No, but it was very painterly and well done. And
the painting was very painterly.
It had used lots of paint.
Yes, you could really notice the paint that they used by the fact that you could see paint. Paint. Why don't we just have paint as a subtitle?
There's too many options.
Not any good ones.
Do you have any other keen stuff?
Fuck no.
It's anti-keen on the spaceship coming into the atmosphere where you said it looked Hanna-Barbera.
Oh yeah,
it was very flat. Yeah,
it was. I don't know, shaky and flat.
Also a little anti-keen when Abrierto takes his ring off. And he's like dying in the corner of the spaceship. He's holding it in his hands, but his hands are moving around and the ring is staying in the exact same place. And I was like trying to justify that with, okay, well, maybe it's already floating in his palm. Like we just can't tell from this perspective, but I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be holding it. And it just, okay. Also, I did like when the ring is traveling through the like air vents in the Daily Planet, it's like reflecting green on the walls of the air vents as it's flying by. That was keen. You don't have anything.
Not really.
No. Sinestro's missing teeth at the end.
That was funny.
Hey, music.
It's time for Jordan Blumen's musical minutes for
No, it's not.
Day. Oh.
Jordan Blumen's musical what?
Moment?
There you go.
It's not minute?
I don't know.
That's about a minute long. He said it's interchangeable.
He said moment last time.
Oh.
Now over to the musical minute.
Oh.
The crashing spaceship music in this kind of sounded like an alarm to me. I thought that was neat. Like, it's just like there was 2 different elements in there that sounded like an alarm going off, and it's appropriate for like a crashing spaceship. It's kind of just neat. I don't really have anything else to add to that. There was a cool version of the Superman theme going when he puts the plane down on the aircraft carrier. It's kind of had a bit more of a... I mean, it wasn't really military sounding, but it's kind of like they were going for that with a bit more of a fanfare to it at the beginning. I thought that was neat. The music for the Ring flying off to go find Kyle Rayner...
Whimsical.
Was awesome. It felt very fast. It's very airy. It's kind of floaty. You know, it's perfect match for the Ring flying around through the city. Just thought that was cool. Just a few little things to shout out this time. Never apologize for loving your fandom and try to stay optimistic.
There you go.
See.
Abierto. There technically is the introduction of the Green Lantern theme in this too, the motif or whatever.
Oh, is there?
Whenever he puts the ring on the first time, it's like a trumpety. He's standing in the bathroom. What the fuck's going on? Is it springtime for Hitler?
Get out of here.
I don't know what you're actually doing.
Ocarina of Time, motherfucker.
Oh, I see. I don't know Zelda shit. Sorry, buddy.
But you know hentai.
Of course. Superman's powers.
Getting his ass kicked.
I guess he gets
handed to him in a box with Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
We can give him weakness. We saw his fucking skeleton.
He was strong, I guess, with the space shuttle. And they're like, "Wow, Superman! He's the greatest superhero ever."
I mean,
and then
we're not doing the strength
later,
rating. We're doing whether he had new powers or weaknesses. I would say we can add Sinestro's yellow ring shit. So what do we want to?
Sinestro's yellow P.
Sinestro's P. Sinister P. My phone really wants it to be Sinister P. Oh, I put 3 E's. I'm going to leave it that way. Sinister P. Sinestro's.
How long is an E?
Ring.
So P. Mm-hmm. But that's the same length as the letter P.
Yeah, who knows?
So if you put 3 E's, is it still just P? Or does it somehow lengthen because you have extra E's?
If you put 3 E's, is it still just P? In brightest day, in blackest night. If you put 3 E's, is the P just right? Okay, so then we got, how strong is Superman 1 through 10. He did save the shuttle, I guess.
Pretty strong.
Put a mustache on the shuttle.
That's pretty fucking good. That's pretty good.
But then he was real weak against everything else.
Well, not necessarily. Apparently, those guys were just infinitely strong.
No, I guess that's true. But what Valentino Whitebag? I feel like every time we can't just say that about any time Superman gets beat up by somebody. Well, Superman wasn't weak. That guy was just strong.
Oh my God. Okay, so like 4. I don't know.
4,
5
drinking deer out of 10.
4 drunk ass deer who the animators have never seen a deer drink. They saw like a Labrador like slopping out of a water bowl, and they're like, that's how a deer would drink out of a pond.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna give him just.
How would a deer drink? But use a fucking straw? What are you talking about?
They don't do the like big lapping
thing
maneuver.
What do they do?
They're deer. They're a little more like reserved and elegant. It's just a little more like they pull out a straw.
That's what I'm saying.
They put it into the pond and they just like slurp it down. Slurpee.
Look, have you studied a deer? And you know they don't do that. They don't pull out the deer straw.
Where do you live, man?
Where deer are. All right.
Just put out a deer bath. Wait, I got to give him a string.
You do. 4, you said.
4
Mm-hmm.
rings.
Wow. Congratulations. Fantastic. Where's Clayface? The goop that he puts in the gum hair thing with Sinestro?
Maybe. What if he's just the Cliff? He's trying to take a day off.
Oh, he's the big rock.
He's the big rock.
Kyle says, "Yo, Sinestro," and then has no follow-up zinger. He just said, "Yo, Sinestro," and then he threw a rock at him. It
and
was a big rock.
Sinestro's like, what? And he just looks at him quietly. And then throws a rock.
It was
I have a rock.
It was like that thing in that we've talked about before, where like when a bad guy is about to attack you, it has to go like first, to alert you that he's there, so Batman can stop him or whatever. It's the same thing with you should have been, yo, Sinestro, I just said the oath and I'm here to I'm dead. Because Sinestro, like, he should not be that easily beaten by Kyle Rayner, who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. But I don't know. Sinestro's usefulness all-time low. All right.
He's bald, I'm bald, we're all bald. But who's the baddest bald of all? It's James and Brian's final call. The Balderarchy.
I thought I realized a perfect thing. They're not evil, though. The girl guardian was completely bald, and all the other guardians were like mostly bald.
I don't know if they're not evil.
That's true. I'm telling you, they're not.
Spoilers.
Yeah, sorry. Sinestro had quite the bad hairline, but he had hair.
Yeah. And it's not the baldest bad of all. It's the baddest bald. So they have to be bald.
Well, we haven't really considered that. Because, like, there are 5 bald little people there. And one of them might be the baddest of those 5. We don't know.
Okay, yeah.
And maybe we could do it bad. Like, hey,
no, let's just bad.
Lady.
Just bad. Let's give it to the lady. That's why there's only one lady and 4 dudes. Because obviously
she was the worst.
She was the worst.
She was the Karen of the.
No, stop. Stop right there.
You hate that. I don't know. Let's see. I got to find the document.
I hate it because there's someone right now named Karen. No, there's someone right now listening to this, Jamie, and their name is Karen. And they're an awesome person.
Worst. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Fuck you, Jamie.
In Brightest Day, ... Girl Guardian.
I'm going to go back to drawing soap. Driving soap?
Meanwhile, I'm driving soap.
I'm going to put some wheels on this soap.
Yes, you are, baby. All right. We have Thoughts of the Week with Dylan Pollock.
Coming up next, it's another guest appearance from our favorite visiting superhero.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
How did he get so much work as an actor?
The most recent Red Letter Media Best of the Worst episode, they watch a whole... Have you ever seen this at all? No. It's kind of Mystery Science Theater-ish, but they're just guys sitting around. Yeah, they sit around and watch awful movies, and it's really fun. They watched they do have a wheel of the worst, where they just have a bunch of videotapes like on a big wheel and they spin it and out randomly picks one. They watched I think it's Rio. Arnold Schwarzenegger goes to Rio, and it's just guys following him around with cameras. He's just hitting on ladies, drinking, doing drugs, all this stuff. He's just being in Rio. And then he's also occasionally narrating, we went down to the water and blah, blah, blah. Like, and it's just so bad. It's so like laughably
Where do we watch
horrendous.
this?
We could watch it on YouTube later.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, Dylan Pollock, here it is.
It's time for the Thoughts of the Week from Dylan Pollock on In Brightest Day, or Meanwhile, I'm Drawing Soap.
Yeah!
James, do you know Kyle Rayner's comic book origin? Because I know this is just Hal Jordan's origin.
I said it already.
Is it that Kyle Rayner's is too comic book ingrained into other characters?
It would be too tough to do, I guess.
Also, I wouldn't pick up a random ring in the men's room, no matter how much I love Green Lantern, which I do a lot. I thought about buying a Green Lantern ring at one point, and I was chastised for it, damn it. Also, now that I'm aware of it, I do hear the fact that Buffalo Bill, Ted Levine, is Sinestro, and I just think he should have at least once said, put the ring in the basket, Superman.
Damn it, man.
It puts the willpower on its skin, or else it gets the hose again, as it's told.
Dylan's amazing.
Anyway, see, this is why Sinestro loses out on being an A-lister, because he does not want to banter back and forth about his innate superiority. As all good villains should. Also, I do love as a concept a superpower with a battery attached to it. It's like if your cell phone was your superpower, you'd make sure that you had your phone charger with you at all times, wouldn't you? Anyway, time for the question of the week. James' favorite part.
Mm-hmm.
So, Abin's sword dies and he disappears, but his clothes are still there. If it fit you, would you wear his dead guy suit? Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
I mean, if I'm picking up a ring off the bathroom floor, I gotta... God, maybe we don't need the Dylan segment. We've already said half the shit Dylan.
No,
just kidding.
Let's
Dylan,
be fair. Timeline wise, he got this in first, so we've copied him.
That's so true. Yeah, miraculously. I guess that's sort of another inconsistency of the ring, is that when Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern suit appears, it's like made by the ring. But Abin Sur's was apparently pajamas he was wearing, and his body disappeared into heaven or whatever the fuck. I don't think they quite wrote down the Bible of Green Lantern stuff. When they made
that's true. Why did he have to go out of his clothes? Why couldn't you just leave like a char mark on the space shuttle floor?
The funny thing is, I remember vividly making. So I used to make these PowerPoints of. I guess I'm a fucking nerd. When I was like 9 years old, I was making PowerPoints where I would put the character image and then their little biography and everything.
Bro, that's early video editing.
I kind of, yeah.
Don't feel bad about that.
But I was doing these little like segmented and quote unquote animations. You're just hitting the next arrow and it would do a little transition or whatever. And I knew about the Green Lantern origin story, but I had never seen this episode. So my understanding of it was that, okay, when the ring goes off of Abin Sur, he dies and like dissipates, floats away. Why would they write down, but his pajamas stay there? So in the little PowerPoint thing, I had him just turn and crumble into a pile of dust because you assume like, oh, if that's
solid,
the way they described it or whatever. But so I'm always expecting him to do that. And when he goes like, help the Green Lantern, and then his clothes go under the ground. Like, what? Why? Why? He's naked somewhere.
Shows up into heaven and they're like, welcome to the pearly gates, Abiantu. We're here to why aren't you wearing clothes?
Yeah. Why is your pink penis out?
He's like, I died, but my clothes didn't. They had to stay on Earth.
I had to help the Green Lantern. Isn't that you? Fuck. You're right. Was this episode
Books. Or hip hop?
Okay. Why do you say that? Don't tell me. We're putting it on the top 10 for Superman.
What is it for you?
Yeah, books, yeah.
You don't care.
No, I don't care.
It's because you don't care about books.
I don't care about books. They all are bad. Jessica stares at me angrily in the car listening to this years from now.
What a prediction.
You're probably not putting this on the Superman top 10.
Nope.
Yeah, me neither.
God, it's not even a Superman episode. He just happens to be around sometimes.
Yeah. It was an episode.
Yeah, sure.
It was a movie to me. It was a Green Lantern episode to me.
Did you tell Will to say that?
No, I never tell Will to say anything.
It's just really that guy. Will, if you're out there,
on a podcast sometime.
I'm glad you're out there.
Yeah. Oh, he's out there.
He's out there
without his pajamas.
He's just fucking
running around.
Just running around naked, pajamas on the floor.
Wilbin Sur, Wilbin Yerto. All right, let's go do the mail in the future.
Watch this. I'm going to hold my breath through that whole thing. Wonderful.
Wow, you speak Spanish?
Yeah. Professionally
for a podcast on a weekly, every week basis. Every week it happens.
Yeah, have you not actually
Trumpian sentence? We do this podcast God. Every week. Every week it happens. You gotta find the joy. You know, right?
Riot? Did you say riot?
Let's go.
Let's go, baby. That would be one hell of a riot song, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, charging it into a bunch of tear gas and stuff.
Tear gas, flaming torches, and pitchforks.
Yeah, we're just a 1700s riot instead.
They wouldn't see it coming.
Yeah, with the guitars and everything. Well, it's the mail time. I play the mail song. Is how we do is right now. Kimmy, are you listening? There's a podcast this week. Kimmy, are you happy, Kimmy?
Yeah.
No.
She's so mad at me that there wasn't a podcast.
Put it on.
We drop
what we drop?
Our weekly yaps.
Oh yeah, those.
Into the comment box first. There sure was a lot.
Now Jamie's mad.
Too bad we're all.
At least I am.
Just Dylan Pollock.
The last few times I've listened to this, I've just felt like I'm visualizing like a, I don't know, 90s, 80s sitcom where it's got like the cast members in little bubbles with the names under. And when it does like now, Jamie's mad, I'm like turning to the camera like these guys or whatever. Freeze framing in the middle of it.
Trademark scowl.
And then it shows Dylan Pollock at the end, I guess. Yeah. If you'd like to reach out to us like the Fire Hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, I wonder when there will be another Fire Hand for us to replace that one with.
Maybe next episode.
The yellow Sinestro hand in Brightest Day. You can send a short-ass email or a 60-second voice message to batwagonpod@gmail.com or leave a comment on today's episode on the Pod Tower YouTube channel or Spotify. But please do not spoil anything past this episode for Brian.
Does Apple not have a voice anymore?
Does Apple not have any cores? They got rid of the cores. What's this word coming to? It's so woke now. What are you saying?
Does Apple not have a comment section on like the Apple pod?
Everything has its own like unique stuff. You can leave a review on Apple Podcasts with words, but you can't on other places. Spotify has, you can leave comments. No, I don't think anywhere else has leave comments. At least that's not that I've seen it. I don't know.
Do you remember back when I was a Stitcher guy?
Yeah, I do. And you were so adamant that we get on Stitcher, and then we did, and you stopped using Stitcher.
I started paying the unholy gods.
Oh,
for Spotify.
Oh, yes. I have been paying the unholy gods of Amazon for a while. I've just been using Amazon Music because it comes with my Prime. I didn't think I wanted to also have Spotify payments, so I didn't.
I applaud you for that. What do you think during the revolution, like what kind of music are you going to listen to? Like, is it going to go outside and listen to birds, or are you like
something like that? I think
hit logs with sticks
with pitchforks. Hit logs with pitchforks. Yeah. Farmer Brown style. But anyway, this is from LexCorp Cares. This is comments and reviews, whatever, from last episode, Blackout or Blackout Quay, Batman Beyond, 154. LexCorp Cares, my throat is finally healed. It's been a rough cold flu and dead lab gas season. XOXO LexCorp.
Ladies and gentlemen of Metropolis, do not for one moment, 1 second, 1 minute of your life be fooled into thinking this so-called Green Lantern is a hero. No, that's none other than Kyle Rayner, the Daily Planet's very own cartoonist, creator of such gems as Lex holding a big bag of money and crossing his little fingers behind his back, Lex whipping his employees of LexCorp, which is insane to think that Lex would use a whip. It's highly inefficient. And then always our favorite, Lex whistling while kicking a child off of a building, as if we all know the child just fell and Superman caught him, so it's like fine anyways. Doesn't even matter. No, we were not fooled by you, Kyle Rayner. You can't just put something over your eyes and you're just a whole other person. That's not how this works. We're LexCorp. We're too smart for that. That would never fool us. Get a better disguise, Kyle.
Wow. That's beautiful. That makes me very happy.
I felt like we needed to play a LexCorp. It'd been a little bit.
It's also a really interesting point about like, can people take out frustrations on people by throwing them off of a building knowing that Superman's going to catch them?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Superman, I'm about to do something bad. You just like yell it to the sky, and then you like, this is Sparta, your friend, off of whatever.
I hope big no one in a cape comes here and kisses me. I mean, catches the guy I just kicked off the building.
How many of those do you think we don't get to see? Like there's some like robbery and like someone just gets like
how many kisses don't we get to see? How many are we missing off camera?
Too.
Yeah. Eric LeBeau in Brightest Day, or how long did it take Brian to realize what the title of the episode was referencing? I think never, because I don't think he knew anything about Green Lantern. Hello, child. You have entered the room. What's up? He says, huh?
I heard it.
Hi. He's figured out how to open doors.
You leave Daddy alone.
I hope you know I'm keeping all of this. You leave Daddy alone.
You gotta make that a new sound on the soundboard.
I was just gonna say that. With also, all the who's in the background.
You leave Daddy alone. Moving on.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I caught that. I don't think did we talk about it during the episode?
No, I mean, like, you didn't know that was referencing the Green Lantern oath because you didn't know the Green Lantern oath, or that he even had an oath, I think, before you said it.
When they said it in the episode,
yeah.
I probably looked at you with big eyes.
Yeah,
at least
you
as
did
big as
something
my
like
tiny
that.
eyes can get.
Tiny eyes. Do you have tiny eyes? I haven't really noticed. They're like
compared to
normal
some
me.
people.
Well,
thank you.
We can't all have Mila Kunis eyes or whatever. Gigantic orbs.
Ella, what's her name? Purnell?
Fitzgerald. All right, here it is.
No.
As much as I enjoy seeing GL, that means Green Lantern. Keep up, Ryan. In any episode of anything, this one really makes Superman take the back seat. Like you could have removed him from the entire plot and nothing would have changed. But I can't help but be a sucker for when they do the Green Lantern oath. It gives me goosebumps every single time.
In blackest day or brightest night, watermelon, cantaloupe, yada yada, a superstitious and cowardly lot, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, maybe not every time. Also, hi Kyle. Until next time, support the Patreon and keep calm and yup on. Fuck, I'm... Croc, why are you going through a carton of Cracker Jacks? Again?
Wrong!
Croc, you're not gonna find a Green Lantern ring in there. No matter how many boxes you go through, that's not how it... Oh shit!
Wrong!
He's transforming just like Sailor Moon. And taking just as long. I'm sure he'll be done by next week. Hopefully.
I've already forgotten what the front half of that was. I was so distracted.
I'm just trying to. I've got this little cartoon animation in my head playing Croc spinning around while floating, and he's got his little like, forehead
slowly,
thing coming up.
His arms are out, and everything's wrapping around him. Duck Dodgers saying the Green Lantern oath is what that was.
What the fuck?
I just watched that again. That episode again. There was a Duck Dodgers cartoon in the like mid 2000s, early 2000s, and it was okay.
It wasn't just like a throw on to other episodes like that used to be during Looney Tunes.
Well, I mean, like there was Looney Tunes episodes with Duck Dodgers, but he got a whole show, and there's an episode called The Green Lantern, where he gets a Green Lantern ring. And I just rewatched it the other day because I'm guesting in a video for our buddy Richard Mon 12, who is doing a video about something that I needed to comment about Green Lantern in. So I needed to watch it again. It's hard to say Green Lantern when I've said Green Lantern so many times in my lief. But
that's also just hard to say wow. Green.
Yeah, you can't even
Lantern.
say Green Lantern.
I can't even say green.
Red.
These tiny
the pen
eyes.
is blue. Kyle. Well, how appropriate in Brightest Day Kyle. Or no, in Brightest Kyle. Sorry, Kyle. Little did we all know that Jump on the Bat-Wagon was leading to this whole time. Well, James should have known this would eventually come up, but Brian would not have. Anyway, enjoy my voice message. Stay Yoppie, the original Kyle of the podcast.
Hey, Brian James. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Obviously, that's all about me. What I like about this episode was it took the Green Lantern of the era, but gave him Hal Jordan's origin story, which is really cool. This is maybe the most backdoor pilot episode we've had in the entire DCAU currently, and I'm curious, Brian, would you have watched a Green Lantern show after watching this? Also, because this is all about Kyle, I love the fact that Hal Jordan in the DCU is going to be played by Kyle Chandler. There just needs to be more Kyle in media, and I think that's completely fair, which is why I recorded this.
Oh no.
In brightest day, in blackest night, no pod shall escape my sight. Make Brian and James read my mail. My name is Kyle. And I will prevail.
Everybody's got some decent voice messages this week. Good stuff, Kyle. Brian,
would I have?
Yeah, in my opinion, I feel like this isn't a Superman episode kind of a thing. Like, why is this Superman? So I don't know. Maybe if it was just a Green Lantern show, it wouldn't have been as annoying to you or something.
Yeah, I think similarly with the whole Superman thing, like Superman has a whole new set of rules that, like, obviously anyone who listens to this podcast would know that I've had like trouble coming to terms with. And I think the whole Green Lantern, just like think it, be it, it'll happen thing would take a little bit of adjustment too. But I like him as a character. I like Kyle Rayner.
Yeah.
And I like him drawing soap.
He just, like, that stuck with you. It's such a good line too. Meanwhile, I'm drawing soap. Just sums up his life right there. We got the Astral Beast Cometh says, all of Bee and Puppy Cat is good. Also, did y'all ever watch Infinity Train together? No, we did not. No. It's on our endless list of things to watch together.
I started watching the Netflix Bee and Puppy Cat.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's bad. It's that I want it to be...
And Puppy Cat.
Fuck yeah.
It was either going to be fuck you or fuck yeah.
The YouTube one just got me, and it seems a little... It misses in a way that I need to watch more to understand why I don't like it as much as the YouTube one.
I didn't know that it wasn't... that there was anything prior to the Netflix show, and I really enjoyed the Netflix show. So if that's the case, then maybe I need to check out the YouTube show, and it'll be even better. But... yeah, you and I have so many different movies and shows on our list that's mostly like 95% of them or more are from during a podcast episode. We'll be like, oh, this thing. Oh, we really got to watch that. I have Over the Garden Wall, Roger Rabbit, Smart House, Jungle to Jungle, Gremlins 2, both Kill Bills, Baby Driver, The Invisible Man, Bowfinger, Sand Sharks, Interstate 60, Amazon Women on the Moon, We're Back, A Dinosaur Story, The Crow, Jaws, Sunshine, Buckaroo Banzai, Iron Giant, which now you've seen, right? Have you watched Iron Giant? No? Okay, cool. No. Dark Man, The Big Bus, 1976, Blues Brothers, Scary Shit, starring Charlie Schlatter, who was the voice of the Flash on the Speed Demons episode, Lawnmower Man 1 and 2, Akira, Amelie, Little Shop of Horrors, Steel with Shaquille O'Neal, Blast from the Past with Brendan Fraser, Psycho 2, Hook, Mother Goose, a Rappin' and Rhymin' Special, The Sunset Limited, Shawshank Redemption, X-Men Origins Wolverine, The Bucket List, and The Craft. So I think in our lifetime
Jamie,
we'll watch
what
maybe
the
two of those. I don't know.
And out of all of those with some incredible movies, we watched On Her Majesty's On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Is that what it is?
Yeah, at the top of the list, that's the one that's checked off, and also Snatch finally, because it took us like 8 years to watch that or whatever.
We're bad at this. Granted, when we get together, we're generally speaking, we're watching things for the podcast.
For this,
and so to you watch and then let's watch another thing, and then we go podcast about it or whatever.
Yeah. Banana Man says okay. And Banana Man Beyond says oh shway. So
I don't have to repeat that if I don't want to.
No. Ashley Tutchin, James, you're scoffing at Brian watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood rather than the 03 series has endeared you to me. Brotherhood is fine, but I'm so tired of everyone ignoring the original, which is my personal favorite. Meanwhile, the fact Brian hasn't watched all the original means he's now dead to me, and you can tell him I said that. I did just now. Also, Ready, Steady, Go from the 03 series is the best opening/closing theme from the entire franchise, and that's a fact.
Sorry, I didn't hear that last part. I was erasing Ashley Tutchin as Australian off of my wall. God.
Except you don't have it anymore anyway. So.
It's still written on that wall.
Well, have you been back there and checked?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Lanola Cola, tug on the super cape. Holy parallax, it's Ryan Reynolds time with In Brightest Day, a.k.a. Green Lantern's origin story. But first, a brief bit about Blackout, a.k.a. So Our New Clayface is a Woman / Chekhov's Mr. Freeze Gun. If Bruce hadn't name-dropped Barbara in Rebirth, the reveal of her as commissioner would have been way stronger. Yeah, maybe. I kind of wish Derek Powers went bald after becoming radioactive. His hydraulic press to reapply his skin would have made more sense if it didn't include his hair. Yeah, I don't know what the hair's made of. It's just a weird toupee that they put on there. Brian's shaking his head in silence because there's dogs.
Dog barks.
And now for In Brightest Day. Anyone else get DBZ vibes with the final battle between Kyle and Sinestro? If it was animated a little better, maybe. Soups was briefly yellow skeletal Derek Powers, or Derek Powers was retroactively green skeletal Superman. I think Soups being fairly static as a character works well when playing off another hero ally villain. The Guardians of Oa over the Fifth Dimensional Council. Yeah. My ranking for guest heroes in STES are 1, Batman, 2, Green Lantern, 3, Flash, 4, Robin, 5, Dr. Fate. I'll get back to y'all faster than Kyle learning the Green Lantern's oath till we yop again and beware our power, Green Yopturn's light. Oh boy. He does just know it somehow. Brittany Ketterman, this is a new one, so you get one of these. You're welcome.
Ooh,
First time emailer.
That's a good That's a good one.
I like Ketterman. First name emailer or That's My Mannheim. Hello, boys. I started listening to the podcast in November, and I've been working steadily toward catching up to real time. I intended to refrain from commenting until I reached the newest episodes, but after watching Apocalypse Now, I felt moved to write in. Bruno deserved better. His random appearances brought me so much joy, and his absence will be felt immensely. His sudden abduction to Apocalypse was so absurd, I laughed out loud. I know that I should have a big moment, or it should have been a big moment since it was Darkseid's reveal, but my mind was too busy reeling with questions about why Bruno was there. What was the plan? Did the bad haircut man want to keep him as a pet, a prisoner, recruiting him for a job? When he showed up in Father's Day, I yelled, "Hey, my guy!" Once again, I was immediately filled with questions. Why is he still just in the main control room area with Darkseid? Does his nice chartreuse suit now reek of sweat and hellfire? Are they feeding him? How has he avoided the hellfire mines up to this point? Seeing him show up in Apocalypse Now, I once again greeted my old friend with an "Hey, my guy." I was so proud. It's the punctuations there. I was so proud that he worked his way back up the ranks from Hellminer to genuine goon with an important role. Suit still looks great too. While I do have to hand it to Darkseid for the King of Fools line, I spent the rest of the two-parter just watching for Bruno to pop back up. Suit still impeccable. Sadly, it wasn't to be. Rest in peace, my chartreuse angel. Anyway, I'll now return to the past to finish catching up. For your demographic tracking purposes, I'm 43, and I watched B-Test every day after school as humans experienced it in the far-gone days of the 1900s. That's me. I'm the human. Number one,
Hello,
Bruno
human.
Mannheim apologist, Britt Ketterman. Thank you. And welcome to the Dylan Pollock Hive Mind.
Welcome to the Hive Mind. You are now Dylan Pollock. You got a good name, but it's time to change it to Dylan Pollock.
You can be the official chartreuse angel of the podcast.
That is such a good,
yeah.
I'm sure you have a subtitle for the show already, but
it's Green Lantern.
Chartreuse Angel.
Legacy Allen from a painfully white man, Yoptragon's log number 33.
Yopton's log, number 133. Can you dare to guess what the gimmick will be? A bright yellow demon, a Jason named Blood, and suddenly there's magic in your Gotham, a flood. Brian can't stand it, a total tonal shift. Tim couldn't either, he ditched the rhyme shit. But I have no qualms, I am too quick. I can drop bars with my pirate stick. Back to Metropolis, cannot get enough of it. I've donned a white crop and a bright blue miniskirt, skin-colored gloves on top of my white garment. Holy fucking shit, there's a magnetized comet serving up justice. You know I'm serving hey, wait a minute, it seems I'm waking up. Damn.
Holy shit. So we have to play that every time now that we do Batman's usefulness? What's going
on? Fuck, that's so good.
Thanks, Legacy. Now that I know that that's your actual first name, good job. Good job being named Legacy.
I still like the three name thing.
Legacy Michael Allen.
Oh, it's really good.
It's like a name and a title at the same time. Just not just Michael Allen.
Which is
Legacy.
funny because I feel like most names are names and titles too.
Yeah, like Brian.
It's a good title.
Yeah.
One who
Broderick
bries.
Manili. Yeah. One who bries, yeah. I just was Brian around the other day.
Or would that be a Briner?
Oh, that sounds fishy. Last verse is Mark Aquino. In Brightest Day or Greenie Bobini or Kyle Naranya's origin story. It's the DCAU debut of the Green Lantern. So why aren't I more excited about this? Don't get me wrong. It's an all right episode. I just don't have much to say about it. Animation was good, musical score was good too, and yet there's not much to write home about. It actually bums me out. Green Lantern's one of DC's biggest heroes. Why am I struggling to come up with material? I pretty much spent all my energy on the Kyle joke. Don't know how much left there is in the tank. I'm sorry, folks. Hope you can forgive me. Boss Biggest Bear Hugs to the number one podcast host. That's what the episode felt like. This here multiverse of ours, John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars and Boondoggle. Praise to our Lord and Savior, Dylan Pollock. Keep up the great work on your own podcast. And remember to tell Gab that she rules. Likewise to all his loyal disciples. And of course, all the awesome sauce listeners of this Yoppie community of ours. You're all the absolute best. Don't you ever forget that. Yop Tower posted their newest video the other day. It sounds like karma hit Yop real good, and that's all I'll say about that. I haven't listened yet.
Oh, no.
It'll be a bit, I'm sure, as usual. Meanwhile, Scarface has calmed down from his little spat last week and is looking for a therapist. Here's hoping our guy gets the help he needs. On the bright side of things, little baby Danny learned her second word. Go ahead, sweetheart. Say it for everyone. Keen. Wow. Till next week, big old whoosh. I just flew away, baby.
Babies.
I'll try to get my kid to learn keen and shui and yop. All right, bye. Whoa! Time travel.
I was falling down a hole, hoping Superman would catch and kiss me.
Okay, there's good. Yeah. Into the distance. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Brian's still holding his breath. I couldn't do it. He's so much more talented and handsome than me. Handsome people can hold their breath longer.
Fuck you.
It's like, I don't have to say much. It'll stop.
You could have really got me with a pee-pee poo-poo.
That's true. I just wanted to get us the sweatshirts. Okay, next episode is Batman Beyond again. Woo!
Thank fuck.
It's called Golem. Or Golem. Whatever. I think it's Golem.
I pronounce it Golem.
Okay.
Wow. That was
me. I don't know. Let me try again. I tried too hard.
You're suctioning, man. You gotta stop sucking off the bottle.
Whoops. What happens in Golem?
Golems.
I want to say Golem because of Lord of the Rings. It's
Golems.
Golem. Do you know what a golem is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what is it?
Stone bitch.
Stone bitch, yeah. Clay bitch, whatever. Batman villain Clay bitch. Clay bitch is back in the future.
I just want the subtitle of the next episode to be Clay bitch whatever.
It's not even, it's from this episode.
Also, that's not a thing we should be saying or putting on
Clay.
the podcast. Yeah, don't say the C word.
Say Clay. Yeah, we had 6 episodes of Superman left after this.
But did I finish that question? Like, there's people who love Superman, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like someone's favorite DCAU show is Superman.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Why?
It's
though?
not mine, but I don't know.
Like this is
maybe
the,
you like the really campy shit. I don't know. I mean, it's weird because like I don't know. We're discussing this at the end of the episode, but whenever we I was about to say when we were talking about it, like, oh, this is the first time Green Lantern's been in animation. That's not true. He was in Super Friends. But in Super Friends, characters are all like the same boring white guy copy paste in different costumes. Like there's no one has a different personality. No one has a different,
I love that.
Whatever.
What does he do? What does the Green Lantern do in Super Friends?
He's
just like, I imagine a wrench, and then like
it's even more goofy than in this, where he just does like typewriter, or just something like he'll just do all sorts of shit.
That sounds amazing.
But like, I think that.
Do you remember? Do you remember the end of the second, or maybe it was the third Matrix, when you have the Neo and Smith fight, and they're just like
Gumbying
it's all
around.
CGI, and there's like that's what this episode was.
Yeah, just a bunch of fighting. And there's no stakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's imaginary.
Fuck.
We figured it out.
Do you see how fucking smart I am?
Yeah, I see.
Jamie,
every day.
I'm pulling out the East Coast to just win over the listeners with a weird accent.
Okay.
Is that fucking cool or
Dylan
what?
Pollock.
Dylan Pollock.
Why doesn't he talk like this? Huh?
He's got more of a new accent.
He does kind of. He has like a 10%.
Shit, New York accent. I can't talk anymore.
Anyway, this Superman show is not nearly that level of campy, cheesy, corny shit, but it is the most that we've seen so far of just like stuff's happening and it's comic books. Get with it,
Campy though. I don't know if I agree with campy.
No.
Now I think about it.
Okay, probably not. Yeah,
because I love campy.
Just kind of using it as a synonym for the other things I said. But,
okay, fair.
Green Lantern.
Sure.
That's the show. Please give us a follow or subscribe wherever you may be listening to this.
Do you remember what we said last show, listener? 3 friends. We need you.
Yeah, 3 friends.
We need you to, and then go we need you to introduce 3 more friends.
Ooh,
go to YouTube, write their names down so that we know we can keep track that you've been telling 3 friends. And so this week, another 3 friends. We need to get You know that there's
tell each of them to tell 3 friends.
Yeah. We need like 7 billion listeners by like the end of the week.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We're just looking
the week that we're recording this in when you haven't heard this.
Yeah. Help us get more listeners than Joe Rogan.
Help us help you get Joe Rogan on the next Jump on the Bat-Wagon episode. Please leave us a 5-star review on your podcatcher of choice. You'll damn well hear it read on the show. You can also get all of your friends that you're telling to watch the show to leave us 5-star reviews. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone listed in the description for their musical themes and help in making this podcast as yappy as it can be. Go check out their stuff. And thank you, of course, to you, the listener, for listening. Every time I've said that, I say you, and then I look at you.
Yeah.
And you're like, me?
I don't listen.
No, you don't. You haven't for like 3 years.
Are you ready for this?
What?
Hey, listener. Thank you.
Oh, how nice.
You should thank them too.
I did.
You should. I mean, again.
Oh, thank you, Brian, for saying thank you.
Do you think there's a Brian listening right now?
Thank you, Brian Johnson.
That's not his last name.
Smith?
Brian, listen, we know your last name. You and I, because I'm a Brian, and all Brians share that telepathic link where we all know each other's last names.
Yeah.
So, like, I got you. I appreciate you. We need another name. Name.
Kyle Rayner.
That's
Phil.
a good one to go out on.
Yeah, okay. And Phil. Just Phil.
Just you know these like
FILL. Because that's our audience. We have like 5% girls, 95%
There
guys.
better be a Sonia out there somewhere.
Ooh, Sonia.
Don't make a James Bond reference.
What? I can't even remember her last name.
Good.
So it doesn't matter. All right.
We're not talking last names.
K.
Do you think there's someone named K?
Yes. Karen. We know that for a fact. David Horvitz. Bye. Specifically, David Horvitz. I can't press the stop button until we stop laughing.
I'll never stop.
I think that took the fight out of him.
We are grateful for your help, but there is much work for you on your home planet, Green Lantern of Sector 2814.
No offense, but you guys can't be serious. There must be someone better suited for the job. Like him.
The Ring has chosen you, Kyle Rayner.
But I'm just an artist. I doodle in the margins of notepads. I daydream about color and form and monster trucks. I live half my life in a fantasy world.
You sound perfect.
Jump on the Bat-Wagon is hosted and edited by yours truly, James Strecker, and co-hosted by yours Briley, Brian Maneely. This podcast is brought to you by the Watchtower Database, your one-stop shop for all things DC Animated Universe. To send us a Yoppie beverage, nab some sick show merch, or support us on Patreon, you can visit the links in today's show notes. And thank you very much. Please leave us a 5-star review on your app of choice and follow us wherever you listen to never miss a new show. And we'll see you next episode, same PP time, same poo-poo channel.